Open a deposit account in the JN Bank Savings Streams promotion and save monthly for a chance to win an all-expenses-paid trip to Peru. Enter now. The time by JN Bank Savings Streams promotion is 6 o'clock.
Sagicor, building trust for generations.
Celebrating 55 years.
The time by Sagicor is
6:15.
It's just joy and niceness whenever we get together.
Let's delve deep into the issues. We'll take you
Open a deposit account in the JN Bank Savings Streams promotion and save monthly for a chance to win an all-expenses-paid trip to Peru. Enter now. The time by JN Bank Savings Streams promotion is 6 o'clock.
Let's delve deep into the issues. We'll take you beneath the surface.
Greetings and salutations. My name is Orville Higgins and it's another edition of Fan Central.
Talking to the people at the heart of the top sporting stories. Hear from your favorite sportsmen and women and the administrators who work tirelessly to make it all happen. It's a live sports talk.
I've written an entire article.
Yeah.
Looking at all the major issues every Tuesday at 9 p.m. It's Fan Central.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winford Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVMTV.
So much more than entertainment.
I'm Giovanni Dennis, and this is CVM News.
Hey everybody, I'm Yendi, and this is Odyssey with Yendi. In this space, we connect with some of your favorite people as they share their journeys. Here we have some unfiltered conversations as we deep dive into their inspirations, motivations, and experiences to inspire our own life journey.
Odyssey with Yendi, brought to you by Grace, Singer, and Islandnet Services.
The Reggae Boys' road to FIFA World Cup qualification intensifies this September. On Tuesday, September 9, the National Stadium comes alive when the Reggae Boys battle arch rivals Trinidad and Tobago starting at 7 p.m. Gates open at 4 p.m. Tickets VIP $10,000, Grandstand $7,000, Bleachers $2,000. Get yours now at jff.quapit.com. All the way, one team. Presented by the Jamaica Football Federation. Sponsors Adidas, Ray & Nephew, Sunshine Snacks, Water, Powerade, St. Mary's, True Shake, Stewart's, and Just Bet.
Being done if you with them, I gone with them till then sick. Say them I go back and don't pancake.
When the bus the man, I want to watch my son play finals on CVM, you know.
But mums, you can't watch it on CVM website, man.
Score! My son score! My son score! My son score! My son score!
Greatness begins here.
Join us next week when we conclude our discussion on how the tourism sector has been performing in the post-pandemic environment.
And that's what you love to see. They may be rivals, but the camaraderie is what it's all about. Can't wait for the final.
Yeah, man, this is Nadine Sutherland, because we triumphant, because we not stay down, we not go down. Stop one like we are cause we triumphant. Yeah, this is Nadine Sutherland. Beat up Rockers TV with Urchin.
They labor in vain that build it. Except the Lord keep the city, the watchman watch it. But in vain. Thank you, it's just another day. Sealer. It's just another day. Oh. Thank you, Jamie, wake up this morning. Roll out the earth before me start yawning. Down round, bust a kiss for me, darling. Tell her, say, honey, me a touching on the street. In the street, me see poor people balling. Enough juvenile people yam from money. Where the black woman future me oxen. Where the system a do be sheep. No, big up the girl, them we fight it alone. And a race 2-3 picnic on them one. The man, no man, no they home. Babylon have them in a jail. Big up the juvenile, them in a the street. Where you see them have to make it and not touch the chrome. Them know how we fi claim our own. But Africa now found enough hole in a room. Get the youth, we go on and on. Babylon, where we go. Hungry from morning till night come. Them want we fi live our life so. Them I wonder if the youth, them a go stop now. I wonder if the ghetto a go drop now.
Oh my goodness. Good morning, everybody. Bing-a-ling-a-ling. School bell ringing, it's back to school again. Again. Bing-a-ling-a-ling. School bell ringing, it's back to school again. Oh my God. Good morning, schoolers. Good morning, sunrisers. Good morning to all the teachers.
Morning. I was about to say the teachers.
Yeah, good morning to all the principals, the guidance counselors, the deans of discipline. Good morning to all the parents, to all the mommies, the
ancillary
daddies.
staff. Big up yourself.
Good morning to you, all the canteen people.
Yeah. Who was like the canteen lady? The name?
Miss Pearl.
Miss Pearl.
And you had another Miss Panton.
Miss Panton.
Miss Panton was our canteen lady. I also had Miss Anne. Yes, Miss Anne
Big up
and
all
Miss Panton.
those people who used to work in the canteen.
Yeah.
Miss Eddie used to work in the canteen. She used to share box sometimes. She see me.
Yeah.
Come, little Brooks.
Yeah. was the box your box the square box?
The square box.
The square box.
And
then
put like a grease paper in it. Yes.
And let me tell
Miss
you.
Henry. Miss Henry used to, Miss Henry used to meet me. I always used to say, me and my brother invent cheese patty,
Really?
Yeah, back in the day when there was no cheese patty, Miss Henry used to just say, you must eat cheese. Here, have a slice of cheese. I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this cheese? We just push it down in that patty.
Yeah.
And people are like, ew, you put cheese in the patty. And I'm like, yo, it's good.
Listen, you know what used to be nice? Like patty and cocoa bread.
Yes.
Patty and and the cheese. And again, so you know
yes.
So I gotta
cocoa bread and cheese nice.
Yeah.
Patty and cocoa bread nice.
Yeah.
So why patty, cocoa bread and cheese wouldn't be nice?
I gotta tell you, especially when you get all your pizza, you know what I mean? But good morning to all the canteen staff.
Morning canteen
and
staff.
Everybody who cooked the food. Miss Annie used to cook some good breakfast. In the morning, some brown stew chicken.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Banana dumpling. You know what I mean? Really good.
Yeah.
So, good morning to all the teachers. Good morning to all the parents. And I know today is going to be very emotional for some parents who their babies are going out to like 2K for the first time or K2.
Yeah, Jackson's going out to grade 2 for the first time.
Grade 2 for the first time.
Yeah.
And you're going to take the pictures and you're going to cry.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, at first I
hope they're gonna take the pictures.
Yeah, they're gonna take the pictures.
No,
Jackson, take the
I hope
picture.
they're gonna take the pictures.
Yeah.
Because I'm not there to take the pictures.
Susanna, word to the wise is sufficient. But yeah, it's a brand new school year, and I want to wish for each and every one of you a very wonderful, productive year. One of peace, one of love, one of, growth and development. And so to all the teachers, all the students, all the parents, please remember that education is a partnership between all of us, and we all have our parts to play.
Yes.
So kids, go to school, Do your best. Remember, when your parents go hard for you, please go hard for them. Mommies and daddies make a lot of sacrifices for you to have all the things that you have. So please do not take it for granted, because there are many children who are not fortunate like you to have what you have. So when your parents go hard for you, please go hard for them. Do your best. Remember to have fun. Remember to be loving, kind, respectful. Also remember to stand up for yourself.
Yes.
Remember to advocate for yourself.
Had that conversation last night.
Yeah, and remember, anybody that is asking you to do anything that is not going to be pleasing to your mommy, not going to be pleasing to your daddy, not going to be pleasing to your family, they are not your friend, okay? So you be a leader and not a follower.
Had that conversation last night.
Be the head and not the tail, okay? And it's okay to be alone sometimes, you know what I mean? In terms of stand up for what you believe in. And I want to encourage each and every child, don't be the bully. Oftentimes you tell people, don't make nobody bully you. But also, if your child is a bully, you don't be the bully.
And the parents, invariably the parents know. Over the years of being in the classroom and being around classrooms, I have always found the parents know. You know your child is a terrorist.
Yeah.
You know your child is a terrorist. And then when issues happen, you're like, oh my God, I did. Yeah, right. You know the child is mean.
Yeah.
Some of the time when you meet the parents, you're like,
oh, are you them get it from? True. Chip na fall far from block.
Like,
blood full of vein.
You're just a horrible person and you're passing it on to this child.
Teach your children to also be empathetic toward other students who may not have the wherewithal. So we're not laughing at anybody's
Don't
bag.
laugh after anybody.
We're not laughing at anybody's shoes. We're not laughing at anybody's uniform. We're not laughing at people, period. Teach them to be compassionate, respectful, okay? And understand. No.
Children are brutal.
No, I understand, you know, this. I remember them lickers, so them not really understand. But you have to acclimatize them brain and bring it forth. And even if them a laugh, you're going to laugh one side. But you don't ever laugh to make somebody feel bad. You know what I mean? Yeah. But people are going to be pit there. We're going to laugh and understand. Because they're not perfect. None of us are, you know, especially kids. And they're still learning. But it's
when I was a
important
kid,
to say it.
I knew some kids who liked to laugh at and make jokes and make songs and stuff.
We make songs and we laugh too. We're not like, you know what I mean? But I'm saying it's important to still say it to them. So at least when you laugh, you know, like when your ear say, your mother go get a coke up on your head, you just don't do it. Or if you do, you kind of do it. Like, oh my God. And they say, sorry, God. And they say, sorry.
Tracy, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Dennis has a lot of apologies. But yeah. So
from grade 8.
I want to wish. You remember in school, I always loved something called memory gems. Do you remember
Memory
those?
gems. Labor for learning before you grow old, because learning is better than silver and gold. Silver and gold may vanish away, but a good education will never decay.
That is it. You see that? That is it.
Tough.
Uncle Dennis paid attention in penmanship class. And at the top of you know, we love when you head up your page. You know, you head up. Today is Monday, September 8, okay? And you draw it on the line, and you draw the subject, and you do all of that. Another memory gem, the world is what you make it. So make it good and true. And if you say the world is gloomy, it's not the world, it's you. You know that one there? What about the one you know? The heights of great men reached and kept were not attained by sudden flight, but they, while their companions slept, were toiling upward through the night. I gotta tell you,
Some people say we're upward, toiling through the night. Some people say we're toiling upward
through the night. So tell me some of the memory gems. Good morning to all our viewers on our YouTube channel at CVM_television. Tell me some of the memory gems that you teach your children. And then as a dad with a son going to school, do you have any like mantras that you teach Jackson? Like,
if you can't hear, you must feel it.
Ellis, you're a bully. You're being a bully. You know, and some parents are them pick the first bully.
Cardinal
Stop it.
College, learn or leave.
What you know, mantra do you give Jackson every morning? Like I know some parents will say, have their affirmations rather. I am brave. I am strong.
Yeah, Susan
I am a
does that with him.
champion.
Susan does those with
Oh,
him.
nice.
Yeah, she does
nice.
those with him.
Yeah.
I'm like, you need to pick up your things. You have to pick up after yourself. You're a boy. You have to be responsible. Oh God, I'm tired for hearing him have to be responsible. You have to be responsible. You have to be responsible. Didn't you say you were going to do it? You said you were going to do it. You have to learn to do what you say and say what you do.
Aye. Well, guys, please tell us in the chat.
Listen to your mother.
What are some affirmations you give to your children, right? And what are some memory gems you remember from school? I want to also take this opportunity to say good morning and happy birthday belatedly to the very Honorable Louise Simone Bennett Coverley, OMOJ, MBE, affectionately called Miss Lou. Yes, one of Jamaica's folklorist, well, foremost, iconic.
Yeah, I think she is. She's the standard.
Yeah, actress, folklorist, writer, poet, educator,
broadcaster.
Yes, broadcaster, performing poems in Jamaican patois. Hey, you understand? Aye, aye, aye. And of course, her work continues to, echo in schools, at festivals, and even now, R.I.P. Miss Lou, gone but definitely not forgotten as her legacy continues on.
You know whose birthday was over the weekend? Yendizzle.
Hello, please.
Yendizzle. Oh no, it's not. Oh, it's today?
It's today.
I thought it was yesterday.
No, because she that celebrates.
Oh, with that celebrate.
Celebrate.
Yendizzle.
Dennis, what about me ear say go on to the party?
Me?
Me ear say also one girl named Michaela go on to the party.
She go on.
Me ear say she dance till all the sun in her ears.
Well, I know Michaela and Pat dance till them drop asleep.
Me ear say Shanna K, somebody from Verylicious Sweet Treats.
Verylicious.
Yeah, man. She Verylicious go on with herself.
She go on with her Verylicious self.
I me ear say her closing shot we could have see her heartbeat. And that me ear me no know me never did it.
You never did it. But sources, impeccable sources. Impeccable sources inside the event.
Me ear say somebody named Jane and Jeremy upon them ears. On them nose bridge.
Hold on, you know like the mosquito that were zing all over. Like Jeremy and just non-stop. All when Jeremy that drive out at the party, Jeremy at the party.
I gotta tell you. But happy birthday, Yendi. We wish you many, many more. May God is your mother, Israel mother.
Yes,
Israel mother and where's her name again?
Isaiah.
That is it. Israel and Isaiah's mommy and Omar's beautiful wife. We wish for you all the best. May God continue to bless and keep you strong. And of course, your CVM family loves you. And Sarah could have did a party us in the Bahamas.
I know.
Yeah.
I was like,
it's in the Bahamas.
Look at you.
I gotta tell you. Finally.
Bahama mama.
Big chair loaded.
We've been talking about this for years.
The big chair loaded.
We've been talking about that big chair.
Yes, absolute mom.
When I saw a snap.
Yes.
And I saw BAHA. Me never see no more of that. Me never even see the Mars.
Yeah.
Me see BAHA. That's it.
Yeah.
You don't think of me.
Atlantis was amazing. But let me say to the Bahama staff, good morning to Patricia. Good morning to, they're from the Regatta restaurant. Good morning to Melissa. Delorice. Good morning to you. Good morning to Christophe. Good morning to Patricia. And good morning to the entire team there. Listen, they watch us. They know us. When I went there, I was like pleasantly surprised. They're watching sunrise.
Good morning to the Commonwealth of Bahamas.
Good morning to Rhea. Good morning to all the Atlantis staff. Atlantis, Paradise Island. Good morning to Erica. Oh my goodness. Ricky, good morning to you. And good morning to everyone. It was indeed wonderful. Sasha, where are my pictures? You mind telling me?
No, I picture and can me send picture and I'm gonna see it. You know
Sasha, bad mind. These are the things.
You know who come out?
And I'm making on a passport and then something. You understand?
Come out?
Yeah.
Keisha and Reed.
So I heard. Me hear say Keisha look like a Dolly down.
Well, Dolly.
It's like I heard that like she had in her ear, she shouldn't say a song, tell a girl figure away. Chat all you want, but you can't touch me. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Hi, Keisha.
Dolly. Region 6?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
no, man, the CVM girl, them.
One thing with us, we're going to work hard and we're going to play hard.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
No, man.
But lovely.
No, man. Susan and I had a great time.
Lovely. But the Bahamas was wonderful. Mr. Wilkinson and I had a great time.
So I saw.
And I want to say thanks to my wonderful husband.
You come back rosy looking, literally.
Cocobellas, darling. Cocobellas.
Is that Cocobellas?
Yes, Cocobella. Yeah.
Nice bag.
Thank you, darling. Thank you. It's for me.
Shop Cocobella?
Yeah, Top Cocobella, Shop Cocobella. That's what it is. But big ups to all the husbands who make dreams and wishes come true.
Yes, man.
And I absolutely love you. And I'm so appreciative. Boss, everybody.
Boss.
Not favorite, not every time. But,
right.
you know, when you go to these countries. Oh, you know what I tried, Dennis, down there? Sheep tongue soup.
I saw it and I was like, no.
But you know what?
When I saw it, I was like, this is Ian's food. This is not Khadine.
No, it was actually mine. It was actually
like, she's
mine.
not going to try it.
I tried it.
You eat tripe and bean?
No.
But you tried that?
Yes, I did.
Because I'm like, she don't eat tripe and bean. So why would you, I'm like, is it social media? This is not her food.
I will try. I will tell you all about it when we come back. But I tried it. I did.
Okay.
The sheep tongue sauce. Yeah, when you go to place them, then you have to try something, man.
You have to try the people.
You have to try something. You gotta try something. And I tried it. I'll let you know all about it.
Wow. I was sure it wasn't
yes,
What's it done?
What's it done?
Hey, what's it done?
One generation done.
What's your shoes?
What's your shoes?
We need that shoes link now.
Yeah, I definitely will hook you up. Kaya Basto. So you don't know. Yes.
Yeah.
All right, the big chair. Anybody who knows me knows that I have been wanting to sit in this big chair, Daniel, forever and ever. Amen.
We've been talking about this big chair for a while.
Trust me, there are just certain places that people know that I want to go.
Yeah.
And this is one of them. And I'm happy that I ticked it off my bucket list. It is amazing. And for anybody who wants to go, I would encourage you to go and have a great time. It is definitely worth it. Yeah. Big up to the Bahamas.
I love it. Anyway, we're going to wrap, but guess what? Who else's birthday it is today?
Who? Hey, man.
Richie Spice.
Man. Man. The plain land. Yes, the plain land. 100 pound. Where you get it from? Hey, the plain land. Yes, the plain. I gotta tell you.
Saddle up myself. Hey, saddle up yourself. We're going into a Richie Spice mixtape.
Nice.
Nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday. Let's go. Free papers burns.
To tell you this, my girl, right here, rise. How much I love you and I dare no lie. If I don't get your love, I think I'm gonna cry. Gonna keep you moving, my girl, grooving, my girl. Oh, yes, I can see the angel in your eyes. Grooving, my girl, grooving, my girl. Oh, I can see your love light shine so bright.
Building trust for generations. Celebrating 55 years.
The time by Sagicor is
6:15.
It's just joy and niceness whenever we get together. And that smile on your face is something to treasure. Grateful that in these special moments, I'm the one that you always chosen.
Thank you, Jamaica, for 50 years of finger-licking good memories. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
Millions of people are attacked by harmful mouth bacteria. The root cause of bad breath, gum problems, cavities, plaque, and tartar. That's why Colgate combined the best science and technology in Colgate Total. Unlike others, its superior formula fights bacteria and creates a powerful protective barrier for up to 24 hours to prevent them from coming back. Take control of your oral health with Colgate Total.
Need to pass your CSEC CAPE exams to get that dream job or to qualify for university? Then Distinction College is the school for you. We have locations in Kingston, Spanish Town, St. Elizabeth, and Ocho Rios. Start day, evening, and Saturday classes this coming term and sit CSEC CAPE exams for January's resit or May, June. Maths, law, science, English. We have the lowest school fees. Register before the end of the month and win an entire term free. Call us at 354-8560.
internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winfred Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVMTV.
So much more than entertainment.
Let's delve deep into the issues. We'll take you beneath the surface.
Greetings and salutations. My name is Orville Higgins, and it's another edition of Fan Central.
Talking to the people at the heart of the top sporting stories. Hear from your favorite sportsmen and women and the administrators who work tirelessly to make it all happen. It's live sports talk.
I've written an entire article.
Yes. Looking at all the major issues every Tuesday at 9 p.m. It's Fan Central.
Hey everybody, I'm Yendi, and this is Odyssey with Yendi. In this space, we connect with some of your favorite people as they share their journeys. Here we have some unfiltered conversations as we deep dive into their inspirations, motivations, and experiences to inspire our own life journey.
Odyssey with Yendi. Brought to you by Grace, Singer, and Islandnet Services.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winfred Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVMTV.
So much more than entertainment.
And that's what you love to see. They may be rivals, but the camaraderie is what it's all about. Can't wait for the final.
Minutes after 6 o'clock. Guess what? You gotta be getting on up out. Most of you, some of you are probably maybe listening to us because you have to be listening because you can't be listening and watching and driving. I mean, someone in the vehicle is watching on YouTube. Thank you very much for bringing us with you wherever you go. We are on YouTube. We are, of course, on traditional free-to-air TV. Thank you for rising with us here on Sunrise. It's now time for your early morning headlines with your girl, Ticulus Maximus.
Good morning.
Of the week.
Good morning to you.
TK looks like a teacher, you know, the hot teacher of a school with our all the hot gadgets, all the little new pens and paper.
Yes.
You look like the hot miss.
And she teaches literature.
Literature. I was a literature teacher.
Well, thank you to Shop Cocobella for making me teach adults. Okay, I'm the hot teacher.
I know, yeah.
Not just the teacher, you know, the hot teacher.
The hot teacher, the hot teacher. Where everybody say, hi, miss.
Let me carry your things.
Let me carry your things, miss.
I always feel like I'd be a very strict teacher. I think so.
Yeah, I like strict.
I think so.
I'm strict.
You were strict?
I was a mix of both. I was a mix of both. So like, I was known to mark very hard.
Yeah, that I can see.
Hard.
I can see that.
Because you teach well.
Yeah.
That I can
you put
see.
in a lot of your students, you expect them to give it back to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But then it comes out in the because my students them feel like them brighter than everybody. So that was a known thing.
Yeah.
But that was also fun.
I think I'd be a mix of both, you know, and I'm very strict in terms of you have to have boundaries for children. You have to give them directions because if you let them just run wild, it's going to be a problem. You know what I mean? But I also believe in having fun. So outside of work time and study time, it's fun time.
Okay.
Which is right. You have a balance, you know?
I was listening to you guys a little earlier. I noticed Dennis didn't mention shaking 2 foot on the dance floor at Yendi's thing, though. You didn't know it. I saw you. You see, I want to mention Michaela. See Michaela shake her head right there, nodding. And talk about Jeremy. You are shaking 2 feet.
My ear said the way Dennis him dance off all him glasses. That my ear.
You
know, me get a chance to come clean, but you never come clean. So I was waiting. Yeah, my ear say you're going bad. My ear say you grease your waistline with WD-40. That's what I hear. Yendi turned 40, but it's your waistline, WD-40.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
People wicked.
Yeah. Me, so one time you dance, I look like you have hair. By your head. That them say. Other people them say. That's what they say. I'm just saying. I wasn't there.
And as for you, welcome back.
Yes, thank you.
Welcome to the local side of life. Tell me about this sheep tongue sauce. What is that?
The sheep tongue sauce is one of the national dishes, if you may, for Bahamas, right? For the Bahamas. And I went there and I said, I'm going to try something. And I did. And it wasn't bad. So the sheep tongue, actually, I said, it tastes like mutton. It have a mutton vibe.
You ever eat cow tongue?
No, you know, I never eat cow tongue yet.
Okay.
But it'll give you a mutton vibe, but I don't mind something still.
Okay, but you tried it.
You tried 2 pieces.
Yeah, you tried it.
And the soup part, the
soup
broth part?
No, it have like vinegar in them. But I tried it. It wasn't bad. You know what I mean?
It was
different. It's an acquired taste. Let's just say that.
You weren't there long enough to acquire it.
Not at all. My palate was quite surprised.
Yes.
But nonetheless, but I could have had some pumpkin, some dumpling, 2 pieces of yellow yam. I'm going at it.
King's Council tried them something like him adventurous.
No, he's adventurous, but he never tried that one here. May I say I take one for the team?
Susan Day, they got tried.
Try
we
these
travel
things,
a lot,
try them.
and like but like she would bring tough crackers and tin mackerel.
Just in case.
And me, if I walk with my porridge, so if it does add hot water, come and say, feeling anything in the world, someone must have hot water. So me don't ever travel with my husband can tell you porridge and soup.
Yeah.
That is it. And crackers.
Just in case.
Crackers,
Just
in case.
Tin mackerel, sausage.
Yeah, I'm that person.
And hot sauce.
Yeah, I'm that person. And I also travel to a pharmacy. Every medication known to man, I have to have it. Because just in case they're pharmacy, you never know.
You never know.
Yeah, I'm in a temporary
And you know the problem where you go, like, the Panadol work for you. Or but
but if you go somewhere else and they have something else.
We have like ibuprofen.
Yeah, I don't do that. Yeah.
So like, okay, what is their equivalent of,
I walk with my things.
It's Sudafed. Yeah. I don't know.
Suda don't
so
fed
guess
me.
what? Let me stay with what we do in Jamaica.
I want Comtrex and Fenzik. That's what I'll be doing the soft meds y'all have over there. No. I need my augmented, but need Amaxil, but need it. So I gotta have it.
So you're prepared.
Yeah, but no, I'm girl.
Prepared
I'm
for all things, just in case.
All eventualities.
And look a bite, I want to look something for the bite.
Yeah. I can imagine.
You have to carry a vitamin C them and some of them. Yeah,
I agree.
I will learn. So that's how you travel, people.
That's right. Gotta prepare.
All right. Well, let's jump into the headlines. The official recount completed. The Electoral Commission of Jamaica has confirmed that the final count from the September 3, 2025 general elections has officially declared the Jamaica Labour Party, the JLP, the winner of the general election and will take a 3rd term in office. This comes as they garnered majority of the votes in 35 constituencies, while the People's National Party, the PNP, holds 28 constituencies. With this, the Jamaica Labour Party, the JLP, has gained majority in all 3 by-elections. On the flip side, following the official recount of ballots, the People's National Party's Nikisha Burchell, Isaac Buchanan, and first-time politician Christopher Brown remained the winners of the St. James Southern, Portland Eastern, and St. Mary Southeast constituency seats, respectively.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think that was the news. I think the proper news out of the weekend was the fact that the recounts in the two keenly watched seats. You had Kingston Central and Southeast St. Mary. One by 11 and one by 12. So they were being watched. On Friday evening, the official recount in Kingston Central finished, and it ended, instead of Donovan Williams losing by 11.
He won by
79.
Yes,
right? And so that got people excited on one side.
Yes.
And there were like rumors all of Saturday about
there would be another
it would be a similar result in
St. Mary.
St. Mary.
Okay.
It was not to be. It was confirmed that Christopher Brown won by even more than was originally declared on election night. I have not heard any announcements of people going to magisterial recount.
That's what I was going to ask.
Which I found interesting, that most people are not really challenging it. So that says something, that we may have an election that we don't go to any magisterial recount.
Well, let us see, because it's still early
days. I know
days.
that Paul Buchanan was challenging something in the race against Dr. Andrew Holness, but I mean that was a big victory.
Yes,
but let's see how that. Let's see if his challenge or if his protest
if he
progresses any further.
Okay. Well, that's what I have for you until 7 a.m.
Yes.
When I'll have the news.
All right, TK Maximus, lovely. TK, do you remember any memory gems going to school or any affirmations?
Did they have any ones that will?
You know my favorite thing, but this is everybody. God is good. God is great.
Because you love lunchtime.
I miss a food for a long time, you know. This is not a new phenomenon, you know.
Oh, wow.
Let us thank him for our food.
Amen. That was your
my
graceful
favorite.
meal?
Yes.
That wasn't my graceful.
That wasn't your graceful. What was yours?
Bless us, O Lord, and these thy gifts which we are about to receive from thy bounties through Christ our Lord. Amen. In the name of the Father and of the Son of the Holy Spirit. Amen. No.
Jamaica school.
We never said God is good. God is great.
Really?
St. Catherine High School.
No.
Bless us, O Lord, and these thy gifts which we are about to receive. And I still say that
it's a great prayer, don't get me wrong, but everybody knows God is good.
Like if somebody says, Dennis, can you say grace? In the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, amen. Bless us, O Lord.
So
and these that but I went to a Catholic school. I taught at a Catholic school. Bless us, O Lord, and that means it's Christmas. God is
good and God is great.
Let us thank him for our food. Amen.
I gotta tell you, and they hear bing-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. What? You used to have break time?
Yeah.
Remember breaks?
I used to have free periods, but technically it wasn't breaks.
We had recess.
I'm not going to break. Then it's just a stress out.
No, like before high school.
Are you Jamaican?
Before high school. Well, as you said that.
Why don't you go to the people that break?
Breaks time.
Breaks.
And it's a TV breaks right
time,
now.
Yes.
You will eat a little chips, a little cookie.
Yeah.
So you have breaks time and they have lunch time. I had that at George Headley.
Look at you.
Yeah.
You're bossy.
You have to have breaks.
Which is right.
I'm tired. You remember back in the day at primary school or basic school, when after lunch they would ask you to put your head on the desk. DJ them time they said, why are these adults doing
forcing me?
Forcing me.
No, you want.
Right now. Right on the pretty couch here.
Speaking of the pretty couch, thank you very much to Karen Booker Design Diva for our set.
Decor,
our decor. Looking very nice, looking very spiffy. If you liked what you were seeing in the kitchen, give Karen Design Diva, Karen Booker, a call. All right, we're going to take a break. On the other side of it,
financial educator Carlton has the 411 on the recently proposed minimum wage increase in Money Masterclass, brought to you by
Guardian Life.
Please do stay with us right here on Sunrise.
Searching mass distraction. Dash me toothpaste, dash me stimulant. Hold the ball and dash medication. Draw out my belt, left my pants in my hand. Scan all me eye, ask me where me come from.
the internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winford Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVMTV.
So much more than entertainment.
Where it all begins. The quest to become great. Inspired by those who went before them, these four boys dream of playing in the ISSA schoolboy football competitions.
Will he score this for Casey? Will he score? It's a shot! It's a goal!
And it's a shot, and it's a goal! And Casey has won the Manning Cup, and they will play Clarendon College in the Olivia Shield. And that's what you love to see. They may be rivals, but the camaraderie is what it's all about. Can't wait for the final.
When the bus them man, I want to watch my son up here finals on CVM, you know.
But mums, you can't watch it on CVM website, man.
Come on, my son score, my son score, my son score, my son score.
Greatness begins here.
Should critical illness strike, don't let worry fill your head. Say hello to happiness and goodbye to worry with Guardian Life's new Ultimate Provider Plan. Secure your medical expenses in the event of critical illness ahead of time while benefiting from our investment portfolio and so much more. Give yourself and your family the peace of mind you deserve with Guardian Life's new Ultimate Provider Plan today and live secure. Live easy.
Let's delve deep into the issues. We'll take you beneath the surface.
Greetings and salutations. My name is Orville Higgins, and it's another edition of Fan Central.
Talking to the people at the heart of the top sporting stories. Hear from your favorite sportsmen and women and the administrators who work tirelessly to make it all happen. It's live sports talk.
I've written an entire article.
Yeah. Looking at all the major issues every Tuesday at 9 p.m. It's Fan Central.
Welcome back and a resplendent morning to all our sunrisers. Thank you to all our loyal viewers. Thank you so much for always joining us. And of course to our new members. Welcome to the family.
Yes, morning.
Thank you for choosing us as we always choose you.
That's right.
It's the start of a brand new month, the start of a brand new school year, lots of possibilities. And of course, it's a brand new day for which we have to be grateful for life, health and strength. Now, the recently proposed minimum wage increase announced by Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness looks to move the national minimum wage from $16,000 to $18,500 in the next budget. with a long-term goal of doubling it to $32,000 over the next 5 years. It is described as a strategic move to create a living wage system that reflects the cost of living and is designed to incentivize more people to join the workforce, particularly those who are currently unemployed, which in turn is expected to boost the economy and increase tax revenue. Some stakeholders have expressed concern about the potential for job losses and the increased cost of living and cost for businesses. Well, Sir Carlton, the guru, the very sartorially dressed Mifitolia, yes, impeccably, darling, will break down what it means for everyday Jamaicans like us. Good morning, Sir Carlton. How are you?
I don't know what that word means. Morning.
No worry yourself. New school ear. Vocabulary. Remember
dictionary,
and spelling.
And get some words.
There's bad past spelling.
Yeah.
What? Spellings was a thing.
Hey, my mother was a spelling bee champion. You know? Mr. I was a spelling bee champion. I grew up with picture with she meeting Bustamante.
Oh, wow.
So I'm like, she's like, I was good at spelling. You have to be good at spelling. Like,
yes, your blood following.
It was just a thing. Like, hey, don't ramp. It's spelling.
Spelling.
That's good.
Put spelling, you underline it.
Yeah, underline. Yeah, I'm ready to go. So I need to get that word done.
Yeah. Talk to me. Do you do any affirmations with your children? Like, but it's back to school.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Like, if you go to my daughter, she will tell you what I always say. Be a leader and not a follower. I drive that home every single day. Nice. Her name is Zuri, so it's beautiful. It's faithful, and I ascribe the meaning stronger to Stewart.
Nice.
So every day I'm telling you, you're beautiful, you're going to be a faithful person, and you're strong. Because you want to go out there and know, take on this day, and you're a leader, no matter follow nobody.
Truly.
I don't make any follower. I'm not going to believe it.
Daddy.
And not
the You know, I was going to ask that if people still do that, put the consecrated olive oil on their children's forehead.
And send them out.
No man, me blood up the things. It's the worst like how me wake up first. Oh God.
Oh wow. You know, I love a praying man. I think that's so, like my husband prays every morning and every night. Sometimes I'll be feeling bad.
You feel bad?
Yeah, like you pray. You pray.
And having a little son now, every morning I'm saying men ought always to pray. Because St. Luke said men must pray.
Yeah, man. My husband is a prayer warrior. Yes.
Last night before Jackson dropped us, we were going to pray. So Jackson, I say regular prayer. No, hey, no, this is a special prayer. This is a back to school.
Yeah, from go down in the prayer.
We're going on in our back to school prayer last night.
Like that. Yeah, if I could just get your DNAs, I'm telling you, like I'll be so. I need to know how to extract like your DNA, my husband's DNA, Daddy's DNA, and just put them like one EpiPen and sell the girls them. So when them see a little guy with them like them, just run up on them and just drop them with the pen.
Like
and I'm telling you, I'd be rich.
But guess what?
Michaela, what you say? I could do something now.
Guess what? This kid want to be rich and we want the person to earn the minimum wage at some point.
That's right.
To be rich as well. So let's just this morning. I'm going to big up the viewers. I realize the viewership has increased exponentially on YouTube as well.
Oh, nice.
Post the election, I realized that like it was doubled one morning when I'm like, that's good, pretty good. So big up all the new viewers on our YouTube channel. So Jamaica's minimum wage increase. So in the intro, Miss Kitty just mentioned a while ago that based on what the Prime Minister has proposed that will be happening or they're thinking of happening over the next few years, starting at the next financial year, there's been many debates, many persons are weighing in, etc. But let's look at it. Minimum wage, and just to be clear that everybody knows what that is, it's the legally mandated lowest amount an employer can pay its worker for a 40-hour work week. The minimum amount. If you go below that, it is a crime. You should not be doing that.
It's against the law. Yes.
It's against the law. So currently right now, persons who work a 40-hour work week minimum wage is 16,000 Jamaican dollars, and that took effect earlier this year. Previous increases, just to note, in 2016, when the government took office, it was 6,200 Jamaican dollars per week. And then up to June of this year, it moved to $16,000. That's about 158% increase over the last few years. So the minimum wage has come a very, very far way. All right? So the new proposal, as mentioned, is that it will be increased by 2,500 Jamaican dollars up to 18,500 per week, per 40-hour work week. And the hope is to move it to a livable wage, and no longer just a minimum wage. A livable wage is to allow persons to afford basic amenities, food, the basic medical bills, etc. That's the hope of moving the country to that. And if you remember when we discussed GDP the week before, one of the major factors to improve our GDP is to have persons being able to come to a livable wage. That's a part of the overall plan. All right, but there are some pros and there are some cons, and let's look at how it is that we can achieve this if it is possible. So overall, the pros obviously is to increase the standard of living for the persons earning minimum wage, and we want that. Number 2, obviously poverty reduction, which has been going in the right direction. Number 3 is to allow the earners to be able to afford just even basic things. You want them to afford at least the basic things. To boost consumer spending, which will also impact the economy. Because if it is that you now have more money to spend, you will now be spending this money in the economy. And with the proposal to move from direct taxation to indirect taxation, giving persons more money in their pockets to be able to spend in the economy.
Has a multiplier effect.
It has a multiplier effect at some point in time. But it also reduces unemployment, because potentially what you're hoping to achieve is that if persons are now able to see that they can get a livable wage, you will now pull more persons into the formal working sector. So right now, because the money may look small, some persons may say, "Me not work for that." And while that mindset sometimes may be a wrong mindset, because sometimes you have persons who are not willing to work, but they must say, "Boss, beg your thing now." I mean, I say, go look at work. No?
Yes,
go look
or
at
you have
work.
the skills.
Yeah,
and training.
Exactly.
Because again, you can't want $1 billion pay and you don't have the requisite skill set or education or anything at all.
No experience.
No experience. You have nothing. So how you want to have earn X amount from basic school, salary, certificate, it don't make sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
So that's one of the benefits as well, because you may now pull more people in because they're seeing the benefit of, let me do a 40-hour work week because the money I'm getting from this will be able to afford. But there are some cons. One of the major ones, just a reminder, the minimum wage is not paid by the government, especially fully.
Hello.
So when the government mandate these things, it is being paid by private sector, small businesses, yourself,
ordinary
man.
Yeah. But that is something that people, when the people say...
They miss that point.
And reporters go out and ask people in Vox Pops, what do you think about the new minimum wage? Yeah, man, them for paid.
Them who?
You paid. You and I. So if it's that you have, for example, your gardener, your household helper,
your nannies,
your
caregivers
drivers,
for your elderly parents.
Exactly, those are the persons.
The merchandisers sometimes, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
We pay the minimum wage.
Exactly.
I
remember.
I'm sorry, and that's where the concern is, Carlton, because a lot of people are saying, if it is that the minimum wage, most people are not against, persons having a livable wage and living comfortably. But we're talking about now the feasibility of it. Because when ordinary people like ourselves have to pay this minimum wage and our money now go up, where's it going to come from? So you're going to find, if, for example, you used to have your nanny come in every day, now probably I'm going to switch to probably 2 days because I can't hire you for the week. Wonderful. If I used to have 10 people in my staff cohort, maybe going to cut it down now to 4 because a lot of people cannot afford. And then also, my thing is, raise the minimum wage, but what about raising your work standard?
All right, we're going to jump down to that.
Okay, you come work for your 32.
We're going to jump down to that.
Productivity then, you understand?
Yeah, we're going to get to that point earlier. I don't know if you missed the point. So you're looking at the increased operational costs for businesses and the employers, like myself, yourself. So that will now increase our costs because we find more money to pay. Small business find more money. Also, potential job loss. As Miss Kitty mentioned perfectly a while ago, if businesses are not able to afford 50 staff anymore, you have to maybe take the most important ones now. Reduce the number of persons if it is that you can't afford it any at all. So those are things that must be considered. But we want persons to get a livable wage. We're not saying that you shouldn't. Well, personally, I think persons should be able to get a livable wage.
Everybody
but what's the best approach? How can we do that? So number one, a phased approach is always best. So don't just do a sharp increase over maybe a 1 year. Make sure that it is phased. So persons who are actually paying can properly plan. Any small business, medium business, even yourself and I, which is why we encourage you to do a budget. Annually, you do a budget. How much you think the family are going to earn this year? What the spending will be like? What are your different costs? So you, as an employer, because you're employing a nanny, for example, you must know how it is going to look in my financial projection over the next 6, 12, 9 months. So it is important to do a phased approach. Number 2, do a productivity-based adjustment.
Yes.
So ensure that you're not just giving people more money, and not your lives aren't being improved any better. The companies, you're not getting any more from your employee. So if it is that the company needs to absorb this new operational cost, where the money going to come from?
Yep.
We need to be producing more. So it's either you're going to upskill the person so they can provide more, you're going to invest in technology so the business can start earning a little bit more to start paying. That's important. Number 3 is stakeholder engagement. So you want to ensure that you are consulting. The government must be consulting the persons who are hiring these persons, the service industry, the hotels, places like those that have a bulk of the persons who are earning minimum wage. To ensure that, this is what we're going to be doing. What are your thoughts? What's the best approach? How it is that we can 10% in the first year,
JD
8%, stuff like that.
Because everybody wants to tell about their job description. And I'm saying, if you're, I don't have a problem with increasing your money. But now you're going to increase what your productivity, because it cannot be that I'm paying you more for the same level of work.
Or less sometimes.
Or less sometimes.
Yeah. So it's
so
important.
what are you going to do this time? Come stand up on the roof.
But not all increases, especially depending on what area you are. The productivity can, because if it is that you're already, it may help us coming in and she's already
the idea is that, well, 2 things I would say.
Yeah.
The minimum wage is, in econ, what they would call a price floor. So it is the level below which the wage cannot fall. Just like how you have a salary cap, which would be a price ceiling, the minimum wage is a price floor. So you don't have to pay minimum wage, but you just know you can't pay below it, right? Yeah. The other thing I would say is, if in 2016, the Prime Minister or somebody else said, say by 2025, we can we'll be paying $16,000 for minimum wage. I would have said, you're too wicked and lie. I'd be like, come on, please stop overpromising. But we're here, and we're not Bata Island. We just are paid. You understand? But the minimum wage affects the day's worker rate as well. And if minimum wage will go up, then other people are going to say, if minimum wage I get that, I want to like because it's not a minimum wage worker, and now me look like I'm barely above minimum wage.
Yes.
It has a ripple effect, but let us hope it has a positive multiplier. I think in econ they would call it K factor.
Yeah, but I also think, Dennis, that even though in 2016 it seemed far-fetched or unfathomable that would be at 16,000 now, life has changed. I remember back in the day, Carlton, when you heard about $1 million, oh my God, to become a millionaire, it was $1 million. I said, Jado Star. Right now, $1 million is like, you know what I mean? So really,
like
truly.
What?
Pardon?
It's like what?
It's
$1 million is like what? Talk to me. Talk to me. $1 million is...
It's attainable. Attainable. It's attainable. You can literally, you have a partner and run Robin and go for that. Right now. May I tell you? Ask Susan. May I tell you? It's attainable.
Somebody don't want dash $1 million. Just dash $1 million.
$1 million right now is like $100,000. That's what we say.
Like that leader. Finish your thought.
It's attainable.
And why Mr. Kitty is going to tell us about $1 million after my segment now.
So for more, take $1 million.
Take $1 million.
I'll take it.
Yeah, man, just free throw $1 million. Give me.
Me take $1 million, Miss Kitty.
I'll take $1 million too.
My birthday this week, me take $1 million.
I'll take $1 million US.
Me take $1 million. Have a good day, guys.
Khadine said, what is $1 million? Like, what is
no, it is a thing. That is.
$1 million.
I am saying, back then, Chanake, it seemed impossible to earn $1 million.
No, it's attainable.
It is, because you can throw a partner, you can do a round robin, you can save by following Carlton's instructions.
That's okay.
Khadine's price is not my price. Send $1 million. Thank you very much, Carlton, for another session of Money Masterclass. It was brought to you by Guardian Life. It's time for a break, so please stay with us.
I'm going to blame the sheep, though.
TK is up with $1 million news.
everybody, I'm Yendi, and this is Odyssey with Yendi. In this space, we connect with some of your favorite people as they share their journeys. Here we have some unfiltered conversations as we deep dive into their inspirations, motivations, and experiences to inspire our own life journey.
Odyssey with Yendi, brought to you by Grace, Singer, and Islandnet Services.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winfred Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVMTV.
So much more than entertainment.
Hey everybody, I'm Yendi, and this is Odyssey with Yendi. In this space, we connect with some of your favorite people as they share their journeys. Here we have some unfiltered conversations as we deep dive into their inspirations, motivations, and experiences to inspire our own life journey.
Odyssey with Yendi, brought to you by Grace, Singer, and Islandnet Services.
Should critical illness strike? Don't let worry fill your head. Say hello to happiness and goodbye to worry with Guardian Life's new Ultimate Provider Plan. Secure your medical expenses in the event of critical illness ahead of time while benefiting from our investment portfolio and so much more. Give yourself and your family the peace of mind you deserve with Guardian Life's new Ultimate Provider Plan today. And live secure, live easy.
Welcome to Morning News. I'm TK Dawkins. Concerns have been raised by the UWI Guild of Students about what it describes as growing apathy among young voters, with the suggestion more needs to be done to make the electoral process more accessible, especially for students who often struggle with financial and logistical barriers.
President of the UWI Guild of Students, Roshan Winter, expressed concern that many young Jamaicans remain unattached to the system. He said a number of students believe their votes do not count and will not bring about change.
As you go further, you have youths who are unattached from the system. I think that it is because of this disillusionment. There are some young people who simply believe that their vote does not count because it won't bring change.
Guild Public Relations Officer Kimberly Sims shared the same view, noting that voter apathy is widespread among students who feel their voices will not be heard.
There's a sort of disillusionment here with students where they feel that their voice simply will not be heard even if they make that step. I think as well there's sort of skepticism surrounding voting in terms of what they view in the happenings of the country.
She added that economic hardship also played a role, as some students simply could not afford to travel back to their parishes to cast their ballots.
I think as well that economic hardship plays a very pertinent role in this conversation, because I know where I've interacted with multiple students, and one of the things that really popped out was for students who live outside of the Kingston area, traveling between parishes was an absolute no for them. I know one student who would have really wanted to go out and vote in St. James. However, they could not find the money to go and pay for Knutsford to and from, and really exercise that.
Winter further suggested that government should consider introducing floating polling divisions, which would allow students to vote closer to where they study rather than traveling miles to their constituencies.
We need to consider floating polling divisions for the next election. What I mean by that, for example, so tertiary education, the major ones in the Kingston area, of course, you know, the UTech, the UWI, of course, we have the CMUs and so forth. Right. like Michael, UCC, GC. Sorry guys, I can't name everybody. But we do know that the majority of students who attend these institutions are not from the corporate area or this area. So it tells us that on voting day, all of these students will have to travel miles.
Angela Melville, CVM News.
Over to sports now. With a few days to go before the start of the World Athletics Championship in Tokyo, Japan, most members, if not all the athletes and officials, have arrived in Tokyo. The team had a light workout on Saturday and visited several places with Jamaican interest. According to the experts, Jamaicans are favored to win 3 gold medals. That in the categories of the men's 100 meters, the women's 100 meters hurdles, and the women's 200 meters. The athletes have settled in very well, and according to Ian Forbes, co-head of the Jamaican delegation, and who has been in Tokyo for the last 2 weeks, he stated that most of the athletes will have a full-scale workout over the next couple of days. Barbados Royals won their first game of the campaign in the Republic Bank Caribbean Premier League, CPL, when they defeated St. Lucia Kings by 27 runs on Sunday at the Kensington Oval in Bridgetown. It was the Royals' first victory of the campaign from 6 matches, following 5 consecutive defeats and a rained-out game. Batting first, the Royals, led by Jamaican Rovman Powell, amassed 191 for 5 off their allotted 20 overs, with Powell scoring an unbeaten 41, with another Jamaican, Brandon King, getting 42. Tabarez Shashmi was the leading bowler of the Kings with 3 for 26. The defending champions in their reply were restricted to 164 for 9, with Tim David scoring 44 against Simmons 3 for 28 and Sam 3 for 31. And that's it for Morning News. Join us again at noon for more from our news and sports desk. I'm TK Dawkins. Sunrise continues after this.
To let the world know that we are proud to be one republic. We are the road to republic. Well then, let's propel we nation, moving forward in a new direction. True independence, that's the projection. No more dependency, it's the best plan. Yes, we know what's best for us, cause we want we country prosperous. So make we just pull together as the general public, while on the road to republic. Let's spread the word around to let the world know that we are proud to be one republic. We are the road to republic.
A message from the Ministry of Legal and Constitutional Affairs.
Hello Jamaica, my name is Daniel Hewitt. The last time you saw me, I was graduating Distinction College. I now reside in the city of Brooklyn, New York, where I work at a prominent nursing home. I've always wanted to become a nurse, but being a single mother and living on my own made my dream of becoming a nurse seem far-fetched. Checking out different schools and different programs, I chose Distinction College because of their affordable tuition, flexible schedule, and their hassle-free registration process. Distinction College offers different programs in nursing, such as pediatric nursing, geriatric nursing, practical nursing, and even phlebotomy. Because of the training I got at Distinction College and the international certification, I am now licensed by the New York State Department of Health to work as a CNA in the state of New York. And it all started at Distinction College. I took that step. You can do it too. Choose Distinction College.
Hey everybody, I'm Yendi, and this is Odyssey with Yendi. In this space, we connect with some of your favorite people as they share their journeys. Here we have some unfiltered conversations as we deep dive into their inspirations, motivations, and experiences to inspire our own life journey.
Odyssey with Yendi, brought to you by Grace, Singer, and IslandNet Services.
Where it all begins. The quest to become great. Inspired by those who went before them, these 4 boys dream of playing in the ISSA schoolboy football competitions.
Will he score this for Casey? Will he score? It's a shot, it's a goal!
And it's a shot, and it's a goal! And Casey has won the Manning Cup, and they will play Clarendon College in the Olivia Shield. And that's what you love to see. They may be rivals, but the camaraderie is what it's all about. Can't wait for the final.
When the bus the man, I want to watch my son play finals for CVM, you know.
But mums, you can't watch it on CVM website, man.
Score! My son score! My son score! My son score! My son score!
Greatness begins here.
You can put 100 grand on it. Anything I said, I stand on it. In a private plane, I land on it. Then they call me Bankole. Cause I walk around with a bank on me.
10 minutes after 7 o'clock, you can bank on it. You can put 100 grand on it, you know, that we are going to be here with you, giving you a great start to your day. Guess what else you can bank on? The Pension Industry Association of Jamaica, the PIAJ, is sounding the alarm. Jamaican women in particular must take retirement planning seriously. Now, fewer than 20% of Jamaicans are enrolled in an actual pension plan. Women are especially at risk. On average, they spend 10 years out of the workforce caring for family, earning less, and are promoted less, and yet live 4 years longer than men. Studies show that women would need to work 18 extra years or until the age of 83 to match men's pension savings. Well, joining us is Public Relations Chair of the PIAJ, Alicia Ganes, to help share why women really need to take this seriously. Alicia, welcome.
Good morning. Good morning, and thank you for having me here this morning.
Thank you for being here. We are definitely here for it. A lot of women, you know, it's funny how so people like to say Jamaica is a matriarchal society, but I tell them I don't think so. It's a patriarchal society, but a matrifocal one, where a lot of women are straddled with the work and to do the hard work, but then when you look at their male counterparts, there is no equality in certain arenas, and the pension, as Dennis just read, is one of them. So talk to us about how can women prepare for retirement, Alicia?
So I'd just like to start saying that thank you for having me again. So I am a member of the Pension Industry Association. The Pension Industry Association was founded over 20 years ago, and our goal is to push pension reform, and we advocate for the pension industry on the whole to ensure that Jamaicans can retire with dignity and independently. So for women, let's start with women. Women work for their entire life, and they would be generally 10 years behind men in the workforce, because they take 10 years off to caregive, to take care of their families, to take care of children. So women are nurturers, but there are also elderly parents that they have to take care of. And because they have to take that time out of their working life, they basically are 10 years behind in terms of salaries, in terms of promotions, right? Because women are paid less and are also promoted less. Why? Because sometimes women don't advocate for themselves, right?
Sometimes we're overlooked.
We're overlooked, and also we're overlooked and we don't ask.
Yes.
So we save less over the course of our lifetime as well.
I find that fascinating because as a man, women always have money. Women, like if me
always are spending.
No, like women will always have something tucked away somewhere, so you feel. My question really, seriously, is, are there gendered ways? Is it a matter of socialization, and are there gendered ways of saving, of preparing for pension that are we different in that regard? What is it that causes women to be a greater at-risk group in terms of actual behaviors? Because you would think that women are maybe while statistics show that they earn less, they are more disciplined in that regard.
Well, that's the reason, because we earn less, so we have to do more with less. And we have to be more creative with what we do, right? Which is why the woman will probably always be budgeting, ensuring that they put their family's needs ahead of themselves, right? Because they want to ensure that there's more financial security for their families.
Yes.
So what we're trying to advocate more for women, especially, is to ensure that, you know, you save more, you put down as much as you can for yourselves, for retirement, so that you also don't have to rely on your family when you retire, right? Because you want to push financial security for everybody in your family, not just yourself.
I'm happy that you made that point, Alicia, because one of the things that are common, ways of thinking or mindset is that I'm a pension. And a lot of mothers, based on how they've given, what they've sacrificed, they think that their children owe them. And it's almost as if, when I have these children, one of them must come back and help me, or they are supposed to help me. Talk to me about the dangers of that mindset.
Right. So in the past, I'd love to say in my pick me, I'm a pension, but in the past that may have made sense when people were also having many more children, right? If you think of it now, people are having less children, 1 to 2 children. You can't depend on that. And also, you do not want to. Your child is your child. Your child can help support you, help for some support, but this should not be the sole source of income for you in retirement, right? Because you will just continue this intergenerational dependency on them and intergenerational poverty. We want to move past that and to ensure that everybody has a sense of security and can create some wealth for themselves.
So, okay, where are we going then? What
solutions.
Yes, solutions.
What do we do?
First, let's start with some problems, and then we'll get to the solution. So some of the problems are, if we continue on the trajectory, there are currently, I think in Jamaica, it's about 10% of the population that are over 65. In about 20 years, it's going to shift to the population. In order to have a sustained properly functioning population, you should have a pyramid. So it's moving towards more of a rectangular thing, right? So it's moving from 10%, it will move to 20% of the population, which means that there aren't enough persons in the younger ages to support the older ages. So what we're trying to get everybody to do now, and women especially, is to start where you are. If you're not in a pension plan, then start saving. Go to, there are 13 approved retirement scheme providers. Go to the financial institutions and inquire about it. If you can only save $1,000, just start now. Consistency is key, because the earlier you start, the longer time value of money you can compound interest would be accumulated, and at least you'll have something. If you're already contributing, you should be trying to maximize your voluntary contributions, contribute as much as you can, so that you will benefit from the compound interest and also a lower tax amount. Because when you contribute, your contributions come out first, and then your money is taxed. So you actually pay lower tax if you contribute more.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Where is your website, or where can we find information? Because I know when we're young and robust, Dennis, we seem invincible. And old age seems so far away. Pension age seems so far away. And then one day, boop, you're seeing gray hairs and it's there. Where can we find more information so that we can educate ourselves?
You can go to our website, www.piaj.org, or you can find us on social media. There's LinkedIn, there's Twitter, X, there is Instagram at Jamaica Pensions, and LinkedIn.
All right.
Good job. Thank you so very much.
Thank
you.
That's
Alicia Ganes, Public Relations Officer, or rather Chairperson and Actuarial Consultant for the Pension Industry Association of Jamaica. It's now time to take a break. Sunrise will be right back, so please do stay with us.
Defend me from my enemies and my neighbor.
the new name in forklift sales and rentals in Jamaica. Top quality, low prices, fleet discounts available, 12-month warranty, free service parts, daily rentals, crazy cheap. Ashman's Equipment, same forklift, better deals.
We want a piece for Jamaica. Yeah. Yo, what are you?
Oh man, none of that. No, brother, no. I'm not that.
You see you ever play ref? No, the game
Yeah,
no
but
play.
I look a bad game. No, I said, place when you come from, brother, I want to live good, man. I want to live good, brethren. No shake hand, I can play a little bad, brethren.
Really have to shake hand?
Yeah, man, and no badness, brethren. Just live good, man.
Come together and make the violence done.
Where it all begins. The quest to become great. Inspired by those who went before them, these 4 boys dream of playing in the ISSA schoolboy football competitions.
Will you score this for Casey? Will you score? It's a shot, it's a goal!
And it's a shot, and it's a goal! And KC has won the Manning Cup, and they will play Clarendon College in the Olivia Shield. And that's what you love to see. They may be rivals, but the camaraderie is what it's all about. Can't wait for the final.
When the bus the man, I want to watch my son play finals for CVM, you know.
But mums, you can't watch it on CVM website, man.
Come on, my son score, my son score, my son score, my son score.
Greatness begins here.
Good morning to you. It's back to school Monday, and I know that a lot of you are hustling to get out of the house right now, and I know the traffic is going to be a lot, so please ensure that you leave out early enough so you're not racing, so you're not breaking the stoplights, so you're not breaking the law, okay? Thank you so very much for staying with us, and you know you are watching Sunrise right here on CVMTV. It's now time for Law and Order JA. Our question this morning reads as follows. Hi, I'm Richard, an executive at a major BPO firm in Kingston. With the Prime Minister announcing a doubling of the minimum wage over the next few years, we're concerned about rising costs. What does this mean for companies like ours that employ hundreds of minimum wage workers? What are our legal options if we can't afford to keep our full workforce? Well, guess what? Joining us this morning for the breakdown and to elucidate and to, distill all of the information is partner at Duncock's Attorneys at Law, Jonathan Morgan. Welcome, counsel. How are you?
Oh, good to be here. I'm good as always.
Great to see you. Jonathan, it's back to school. Before we even dive into this question, do you have affirmations that you tell your children on a back to school morning like this?
Well, my daughter is just 3.
Oh, wow.
So she is in preschool, and we just tend to tell her, behave yourself, focus, listen to the teachers, and make us proud, as you always do.
Nice, lovely. All right, go ahead, please.
So this question raises a number of legal issues, but it focuses on the benefit that the government sought to implement through the doubling of the minimum wage,
yes,
but also the consequences that it may have for companies.
Yes.
You see, companies like BPO firms, which are large call centers throughout Jamaica, employ so many workers in the category of minimum wage that they are likely to see a substantial increase in their labor costs going forward.
Yes.
Now, this increase it's easily apparent. It will apply to the base salary provided to these employees, that if a BPO firm hires around 500 workers and they are all paid at minimum wage of $16,000 an hour, That's $32 million a month that they're paying in base salary.
Wow.
But the company is also paying a lot of other things outside of base salary.
Operational costs.
That's right.
The light, the water.
Indeed.
The stationery.
It goes beyond that in relation to the individuals themselves connected to their salaries.
Yeah.
You see, the company is also paying statutory contributions,
Very
around
well.
3% towards NIS, NHT,
Education
tax,
tax,
and hard trust contributions. The company also has to factor in overtime wages, potential severance entitlements if employees are leaving the entity, and even insurance premiums that are linked to earnings may be affected by an increase in this wage bill. So over the next few years, companies that have this large cohort of workers may find themselves struggling to manage the increased expense that comes with such a transition.
Yes.
So the government intends for it to be a net positive, because the individuals who earn around minimum wage will see a bump in their income. You know, more capacity, more entitlement, and so that allows them to afford a better lifestyle. That's excellent. But the companies need to adjust, and they need to adjust now if they're able to prepare.
Legally.
Indeed. So the adjustment can take various forms. There are strategies that the company can adopt to avoid having to lay off and cut its workforce. Those strategies could include shifting the shift structure that they currently have in place, reducing any overtime that they've allowed their workers to earn previously, and just to explain how that can benefit the entity. You see, overtime requires companies to pay 1.5 or 2 times the base salary, depending on when the overtime is taken.
Yes.
If salary is increased twofold, let's say a minimum wage worker went from $16,000 to $32,000 a week over the next few years, that means the overtime entitlement would exponentially increase, because it's 1.5 or 2 times the new amount.
Well, right.
So companies may find themselves struggling if they had a large culture of allowing overtime work. And the BPO sector entities may have to adjust that type of structure, minimize overtime, perhaps ensure they have enough workers to meet the hours of work required. In some areas, they can cut non-core roles that are attached to the entity if they are responsibilities that are not core to the functions of the business. Those may need to go.
So downsize.
Downsizing
or
the responsibilities.
Responsibilities.
Indeed.
Yes.
So if there are any hours that are not necessary for the core function of the business, those hours may be reduced, even if the workers remain within the folds of the company.
Yes.
So those are some
workers
strategies.
also are assigned new responsibilities.
Yes.
So getting more money, not only are you going to just come to work and just wipe the floor, but now you may have to wipe the wall as well and water the plants.
Well, indeed, once it fits within the remit of what the contract provided at engagement, that may be an option as well. So those are some of the strategies a company may adopt for the purpose of avoiding a cutback in the workforce. But if a cutback is necessary, you know, if the company anticipates that it must shrink the size of its workforce to continue to exist in Jamaica, then there are some legal routes for that to be done as well. A temporary cutback is called a layoff, and that may allow a company to essentially send a worker home for around 3 months without pay, on the basis that the operations of the entity during that period cannot afford to keep the worker there. A layoff is a temporary adjustment where the worker is entitled to return to work after the layoff period.
Right.
If the temporary cutback is not sufficient, the company may explore redundancies.
Very well.
And redundancies in law are created in situations where the needs of the business have reduced or have diminished in such a way where a particular category of work is no longer required.
Right.
So it's not a tool to be used to target individual workers, but if a section of the business or a category of work provided by that business is no longer required due to the reduced capacity of that business, it could lead to large-scale redundancies. And those must be navigated carefully with proper procedure to ensure that they are in line with the law.
Very well. Thank you so very much. And in that case, I hope the legal departments are fully armed. And if you don't have a legal department, you may want to seek advice from counsel. Jonathan, thank you as per usual. Our amazing guest as per usual, Jonathan Morgan, and I hope he answered your question sufficiently, well articulated and well distilled. Partner at Duncox Attorneys at Law. It's time for a quick break, and Morning Checkup is next with us right here on Sunrise. Please stay with us.
Consolation prizes of AC units. Send in 5 new pack labels or receipts. Labels must belong to at least the new pack canned beans or peas, new pack ketchup, and new pack oil categories. Fill out the tagline, new pack, more than just value. Place your entry in one of the drop boxes at participating outlets. Enter by mail or online at newpackjamaica.com. Time to live sweet. Enter the new pack sweet living promotion, July 13th to September 6th. See the press for more details. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Act.
Stay cool this summer with Frigidaire and Panasonic in the Singer Summer Sale event. Frigidaire fridges and freezers are now at super low prices, so you can be cool and comfortable all summer long. And with up to 40% off bedroom sets and sectionals, you save big on furniture. Only Singer has 4 months for cash and 9 months no interest. Shop today. Offers end soon.
Jamaica is paving the way to becoming a republic. Or future or choice. The time by the Ministry of Legal and Constitutional Affairs is
7:30. Every day starts with care. Care that's always close. Supermed Family of Pharmacies is where you go for everything you need. From your morning routine to life's biggest moments. Supermed Family of Pharmacies is always by your side. Whether it's prescriptions or household essentials, trust the care that's close to home. Super happy, super healthy, Supermed.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winfred Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVMTV.
So much more than entertainment.
Let's delve deep into the issues. We'll take you beneath the surface.
Greetings and salutations. My name is Orville Higgins, and it's another edition of Fan Central.
Talking to the people at the heart of the top sporting stories. Hear from your favorite sportsmen and women and the administrators who work tirelessly to make it all happen. It's live sports talk.
I've written an entire article.
Yes. Looking at all the major issues every Tuesday at 9 p.m. It's Fan Central.
I'm Giovanni Dennis, and this is CVM News.
With the bus, the man, I want to watch my son play finals on CVM, you know.
But mums, you can't watch it on CVM website, man.
Score! My son score! My son score! My son score! My son score!
Greatness begins here.
We're back here inside the Sunrise Studio, coming to you live from 69 Constant Spring Road here in Kingston, Jamaica. Good morning to you, wherever you are tuning in, however you are tuning in. We thank you for rising with us. Well, guess what? September, it marks Alopecia Awareness Month. I bet you didn't know they had one of those. And today we'll be shining the spotlight on the often misunderstood condition that affects millions worldwide. Zooming in this morning is Dr. Hyacinth Oates, a certified trichologist, to break down the science of hair and scalp health, and to help us explain the different types of alopecia and address the emotional impact of hair loss, from early signs to treatment options and confidence boosting strategies. Welcome, Doc. How are you?
I am fine, thank you.
Good morning, Doc.
So happy to.
Yes,
Well,
good
first of
morning.
all, I wasn't aware that you had a month dedicated to boosting awareness. Very good.
Alopecia, yeah.
Yes, we have a month for that, and it was very necessary for us to pinpoint a certain time when we can actually focus on this very important topic.
For how long has it been celebrated, Doc? And the awareness?
Well, alopecia, on a whole, as a profession, is in the system for over 100 years.
Oh, wow.
So our alopecia month is like 30 years old, but it's just that it is now being brought to the Caribbean. I brought it in to Jamaica and then to the Caribbean because it was important for us to be able to answer some of these questions that customers, we call them patients now, were asking, and we were just not able to pinpoint the different things that would trigger some of these disorders that we were noticing in the salon. And this is where we're coming out of cosmetology. But now you have trichologists who are not cosmetologists. They are doctors, they are nurses, and other areas of the sciences of the body that is really paying attention to some of these psychological, traumatizing effect of people losing hair, both females, males, and children.
Yeah.
Let me ask you the question this way, because there are so many things there are so many avenues that we could go into trying to understand what alopecia is.
Right.
What is it not? Let me ask it that way.
Well, alopecia, because there are so many different forms of alopecia.
Right.
Alopecia is a broad umbrella under which hair loss falls. So whether it is alopecia areata, alopecia universalis, traction alopecia, which of course you know that in this country I did a research on it, and it was the most traumatic alopecia that we were experiencing because it is most of the time it is generated through how we actually style our hair. So we cause this ourselves. Right. Oh, but not just wigs. No extensions.
Yes.
And remember now, children develop these conditions. Some of these conditions are developed from parents pulling on children's hair. 1-year-old, 2-year-olds going to school, and it has to be pulled so tightly. And then, of course, they had like the little balls on it just to make the baby look pretty.
The bubbles,
but
yes.
But they're traumatizing.
Like this obsession with catching up the hair, and in order to catch it up, you have to pull it back tight, and it put pressure
and you're
on.
using the right term there. The catch-up is a problem. That's where the tension is.
But let me ask this though. Let me just ask this. Because sometimes too, as parents, especially mommies with daughters, you want to catch them. Okay, you want it to look nice. But you're making an effort not to make it tight. But then it don't seem tight, but then a trichologist is saying, but no, Miss Kitty, that is tight. How do you know when too tight is tight?
Well, let me tell you something now. We have different types and textures of hair.
Yes.
So you would have a baby, well, a little girl, a 1 year or a 2 year old, with the type of hair that look, people used to call them, when you mix with Chinese or you mix with Indian,
Yes.
the hair comes out with a wave pattern.
Yes.
Now, when you catch up that type of hair, you don't really have to put as much pressure on it because the hair looks smooth already. Right. And of course, everybody wants the hair to look smooth and straight. And remember now that all of us, most of us, our fathers are nigger men with curly hair.
Yeah.
So when you get the little knotty hair baby, overly curly hair baby, you're going to pull that hair to death, trying to get that hair to look smooth and shiny. And when you do that now, you are pulling that hair out of its face. You're actually pulling that hair through the scalp away from the life that the hair is attached to.
So that's what you call traction alopecia?
That is, yes.
Yes.
Oh.
So that traction alopecia, as I call it, is one of the symptoms of being a hot girl, right? Yeah, we tend not to have any big toe, and you don't have any hairline, you don't have any edges because of the wig and the glue and the ketchup and so on.
I
so
am
the pressure.
telling you.
But let me just ask this though, Doc, because men are also, suffer from alopecia. We've seen in recent times where many of our men are going to, for example, Turkey to get hair transplant. Let us talk about some of the solutions out there. Because yes, we see that the hairline is gone. With the traction alopecia and the other types are there.
But sometimes it's not, you're not doing anything.
Yeah, sometimes it's genetic.
Yeah, it's genetic.
Yeah.
Well, I know for me, there was no hope for me. I gave up very early. But
It's in your family?
Yeah.
Okay.
But the challenge is that somebody may be selling you hope in a bottle, like one oil where you're going to put by your head and it never...
Yeah. Do these oils work, Doc? Or is
if
it
you
that you
just
have to
have
go...
alopecia, it's just not going to change.
But listen to me now. We're talking about, when we talk about men and hair loss, you have to remember that these are hormonal issues. Right. There's a research that was released out of China. And one of the triggers for male pattern thinning, please, thinning, before it gets to the point where you actually is noticing that there is a loss of hair, it actually goes through a thinning process. If you get that process early, you can do something to slow the process down. Because normally, normally that thinning can start from about, as if it's genetic predisposed, it can start from as early as age 17.
Oh, wow.
Right. Now, now they have found in their research that men, young boys who are caught up on sugar, sweet drinks, anything to do with sugar, compound the problem and can expedite it. So now we have to make sure that the young men who are experiencing a thinning, it's not lost yet, because you don't just lose the hair. If you're going to lose the hair, then you're into alopecia areata. But if you are going to be reacting to a genetic predisposition, that means it's already in the family and you're inheriting it, then it is going through a thinning process. But listen to this now. Our fashion, the way that the men are wearing their hair, where they outline, the thinning normally starts on the edges. So you will notice that the hair gradually becomes lighter. Now, when they're outlining the hair, when they get the hair cut and they're outlining, the barber would press that shear on the scalp and move it back. So gradually,
just move back.
That hair becomes thinner as you going back into the crown area. We don't want that. That is not to be done. When you are thinning, you now have to seek advice and treatment, meaning that we have to look at what's going on with your body and your genes, and because sometimes the body emphasizes the problem when it comes to the male pattern hair loss. But it's basically hormonal.
But what about women, though? Because women and their hair, so much of their identity growing up as a girl is tied to their hair. Maybe as men, we let it go. We're not as tied to
and
it.
then, you know, I don't necessarily agree. A lot of men too have a lot of
True,
with the
that
men
is
as
fair.
well.
But it is more acceptable. A man can accept when his hair is going, but there are many women. There are exactly, but there are many women who may be in the middle, it's thinning, and it is almost an existential crisis as well.
Yeah.
I mean,
it becomes a psychological problem now.
Yes.
Because really and truly, the way you look in
affects your
terms of
mental
your
health.
hair impacts the whole of your attitude, the way you look at life, the way you see yourself through a man's eye, all of that. It is trauma, in truth, when a woman loses her hair.
Yeah.
And I am telling you, when you are losing your hair, you are stressed, so you release cortisol hormone in the body, which only makes it worse.
Yeah. Well, because we have to wrap now, but I know a lot of persons are watching who may be going through alopecia, whichever form it is. In Jamaica, earlier I mentioned persons going to places like Turkey to get hair transplant and all of those things. What in Jamaica do we have, or where rather, do we have to go to get some help so that, yes, your hair is thinning or your hair is bald or you're losing hair, but there is hope for you? What can persons do to restore their hair?
Well, the first thing you need to understand is that a hair specialist is the person who really focus on anything to do with hair. You can also go to a dermatologist. Her specialty is skin. But with the trichologist, it's both. It's hair and skin. Not only that, we have to look at the body. We cannot do anything without looking at the body. So if you start showing signs, we can pick up on things such as, people are talking about hair transplantation, right? And they go to Turkey. It does not always work. No. Why? Because it come in like sowing grass in the body. If the soil is not at a point where it's not fed. It's right. It's not the right fertile environment, it's not fertile for maintaining hair. Then you put in, you're going to slice a piece of that scalp. You're going to pick out each follicle. Each strand of hair, you're going to place it in a follicle that is not healthy. So what are you going to get? Hair that is less than healthy, and most times it does not grow back. So, you know, it's not just going somewhere and get it done, the whole process. You have to do a blood test. That is a must, because we need to know if the environment for that procedure is conducive. What if you're nutritionally deficient? You don't have any zinc, your sulfur is low, copper is low. All of these are components that contributes to healthy hair. You don't sleep well at night. If you don't sleep well, then the cells cannot repair themselves. Good sleep is important. You know, there is just so much to it that it is not just what meets the eye that you look at somebody. But even if they come into the clinic, we have people coming into the clinic, and Lord, yes, you know, the hair is here. We have a condition that I don't know if you would remember it. We used to call it hot comb syndrome. That is when white people doing research. They're not doing it on black people. They're doing it on white people, and we adopt. But they used to call it, because they didn't understand it. When you press the hair with oil, they used to say that you get the hair loss, you scar the follicle, because the hot oil runs down the shaft of the hair and scars the follicle. Now, about 3 years ago, we now know that we have a condition that we call CCCA, Central Centrifugal Cicatricial Alopecia. And this is now identified in Africa that it is a mutated gene in African descendant women. And now they have found out that the men are actually responding to this condition. If you catch that where the middle of the head goes bald, the hair breaks very low to the scalp, and then it bald and it spreads, and you can become bald with that condition.
Wow.
But it starts from a little dot up in the top of the head, and it spreads gradually. That is why you have to come into the trichologist in order to identify what is causing your particular problem.
Doc, you sound very passionate about this topic. I am very knowledgeable about it, and we're very happy that you're sharing with us this morning, and you have definitely enlightened our darkness. And here it is, I got to tell you, absolutely amazing. And I want to thank you so much for sharing, Doc. Are you on social media perchance?
Oh, yes. Yes, we are.
Where can we find you?
Aspects. We are
on YouTube.
We are at 16 Chelsea Avenue. It's the Trichotherapy Hair Center.
Yes.
And we are now at 16 Chelsea Avenue at the Summit House.
Oh, I know where that is. The Summit.
Okay.
Right. No problem, Doc. Well, we'll come and see you. But thank you for your work, and I wish you all the best.
All right.
You are quite welcome, and thank you for having me.
You're most welcome. Our guest, very knowledgeable, and some like people love them job and know them work, you know what I mean? And sounding very knowledgeable. I really do like that. Dr. Hyacinth Oates, trichologist at Trichotherapy Hair Center.
Yeah, you can find them on YouTube at Trichotherapy Hair Center.
And you know, Dennis, it's a lot, you know, because our hair is our crown, you know, and so it really does go a far way. And I know somebody had an aha moment right now, because it's like you feel like your hair falling out and I have to just live with it and done. Well, guess what? You can check it out. All right? We're going to take a break. No worries. Sunrise will be right back.
Made for more. That's why I got a JN Bank small business loan to open my salon and build my dream with my style. Now I am my own boss, popping my own style and trending up.
Start your journey with a JN Bank small business loan. With small business loans with as little as $10,000 and up to $4 million. Visit jnbank.com or contact us on WhatsApp 876-295-1298 to get started. JN Bank, we will help you find a way.
We want a piece for Jamaica. Yo, what are you?
Oh, man, no, that. No, brother, no. I'm not sure.
You see you ever play ref? No, game,
no play. Yeah, but a bad game. No, I said, person who come from, brother, I want to live good, man. I want to live good, Bridging. No shake hand, I can play a little bad, Bridging.
Really have to shake hand?
Yeah, man, and no badness, Bridging. Just live good, man.
Come together as one and make the violence done.
Hello Jamaica, my name is Daniel Hewitt. The last time you saw me, I was graduating Distinction College. I now reside in the city of Brooklyn, New York, where I work at a prominent nursing home. I've always wanted to become a nurse, but being a single mother and living on my own made my dream of becoming a nurse seem far-fetched. Checking out different schools and different programs, I chose Distinction College because of their affordable tuition, flexible schedule, and their hassle-free registration process. Distinction College offers different programs in nursing, such as pediatric nursing, geriatric nursing, practical nursing, and even phlebotomy. Because of the training I got at Distinction College and the international certification, I am now licensed by the New York State Department of Health to work as a CNA in the state of New York. And it all started at Distinction College. I took that step. You can do it too. Choose Distinction College.
Finals on CVM, you know.
But mums, you can't watch it on CVM website, man.
Greatness begins here.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winfred Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVMTV.
So much more than entertainment.
Where it all begins. The quest to become great. Inspired by those who went before them, these four boys dream of playing in the ISSA schoolboy football competitions.
Will he score this for Casey? Will he score? It's a shot, it's a goal!
And it's a shot, and it's a goal! And Casey has won the Manning Cup, and they will play Clarendon College in the Olivia Shield. And that's what you love to see. They may be rivals, but the camaraderie is what it's all about. Can't wait for the final.
When the bus the man, I want to watch my son play finals on CVM, you know. But mums, you can't watch it on CVM website, man. Why? My son score, my son score, my son score, my son score.
Greatness begins here.
The Reggae Boys' road to FIFA World Cup qualification intensifies this September. On Tuesday, September 9, the National Stadium comes alive when the Reggae Boys battle arch rivals Trinidad and Tobago starting at 7 p.m. Gates open at 4 p.m. Tickets VIP $10,000, grandstand $7,000, bleachers $2,000. Get yours now at jff.quapit.com. All the way, one team. Presented by the Jamaica Football Federation. Sponsors Adidas, Ray and Nephew, Sunshine Snacks, Water, Powerade, St. Mary's, True Shake, Stewart's, and Just Vet.
Be in town if you with them. I gone with them till then sick. Say them I go back and thump and kick.
Let's delve deep into the issues. We'll take you beneath the surface.
Greetings and salutations. My name is Orville Higgins, and it's another edition of Fan Central.
Talking to the people at the heart of the top sporting stories. Hear from your favorite sportsmen and women and the administrators who work tirelessly to make it all happen. It's live sports talk.
I've written an entire article.
Yeah. Looking at all the major issues every Tuesday at 9 p.m. It's Fan Central. And that's what you love to see. They may be rivals, but the camaraderie is what it's all about. Can't wait for the final.
I'm Giovanni Dennis, and this is CVM News.
The Reggae Boys' road to FIFA World Cup qualification intensifies this September. On Tuesday, September 9, the National Stadium comes alive when the Reggae Boys battle arch rivals Trinidad and Tobago starting at 7 p.m. Gates open at 4 p.m. Tickets VIP $10,000, grandstand $7,000, bleachers $2,000. Get yours now at jff.quapit.com. All the way, one team. Presented by the Jamaica Football Federation. Sponsors Adidas, Ray and Nephew, Sunshine Snacks, Water, Powerade, St. Mary's, True Shake, Stewart's, and Just Fat.
Be in town if you with them. I gone with them till then sick. Said
Hey, good morning. Thanks for joining us. If you're just coming along, thank you very much for joining. Thank you very much for rising. And welcome back if you've been with us all morning. Well, today we're shining the spotlight on the Jamaica Howard University Affinity Network, or J1, an incredible nonprofit dedicated to empowering Jamaican students at Howard University. Now, J1 Chairman Don Christian and J1 2025 scholar Deborah Patrick, they're here to tell us about the amazing work providing scholarships, mentorship, and professional development to help these students thrive. Good morning. How are you?
I'm good, and yourself?
I'm good. Don, we didn't just hear you a while ago. Could you?
Yes. Good morning. Good morning.
Yes.
Great to see you. And thank
great.
you for
there
having
you
us.
are. Well, first of all, Howard University. Let's start there. Howard University is such a great school. It is a school with a good culture and history of a black population. But also, tell us a little bit about the Jamaica connection, Don.
Yeah, well, first of all, Howard University is indeed an outstanding and excellent institution, and the relationship between Howard University and Jamaicans has existed for over 100 years. Howard University has been around for over 175 years, and we go back to the archives. We know that Jamaicans have been attending for the majority of that time. And when I think about institutions that have significant populations of Jamaican students who are attending every year, year over year for essentially decades, it really stands unique as a platform and an opportunity for Jamaican students that in my mind kind of stands alone. So yes, that's a rich history, and it certainly continues by these scholars, the great work that they're doing, and the scholars who have actually matriculated this year as well. So.
It feels like just yesterday we were talking about J1 and Howard University. What has taken place since the last time we spoke?
Well, so for those of you who may not know too much about J1 was actually formed 7 years ago as a result of a conversation between then the ambassador, Marks, who's the ambassador from Jamaica to the US, and then President Wayne Frederick of Howard University. And we were having a conversation lamenting the fact that there were just less funds available for international students, certainly Jamaican students available through normal means. And it was becoming more and more acute that we weren't seeing the same volume of students, and of course, seeing them able to sustain the funds for their education up to ultimately graduate. So 7 years ago, we had this vision, and I was asked to really charge, and so I'm the founding chairman of the organization. We started with just 5 scholars and raised $25,000 and was able to distribute that money. You fast forward 7 years later, our class this year is 26 scholars, and we've awarded over $107,000 to this year's class. So we're absolutely on the move, but we could not do that without the support of the broader community, the Jamaican diaspora, Jamaicans living in Jamaica, and of course, any friend of Jamaica who wants to see young people thrive. So J1 provides scholarships, it provides mentorship, other forms of support to students. It really is a welcoming community that really tries to connect and find ways to make a difference in the everyday lives of students. Small things, for example, picking them up from the airport and arranging transportation for them to get to, their dorm or hotel the first day that they're arriving in the U.S., or Thanksgiving meals for students as well.
So I think that's a great segue to introduce Deborah, who is a med student, I understand. Tell us about your academic journey. What led you to Howard and J1? I think you might be muted.
Yeah, firstly, I want to take the time to thank CVM for having me, and thank you to the J1 leaders and both the former and current Jamaica ambassadors for opening doors for us students. Starting with what led me to pursue medicine began when I attended my magnet high school, Applied Technology High School, majoring in health professions. Growing up, I always had an interest in the medical field, but it really wasn't until high school that I found a true passion and discovered that I want to become a pediatrician. And this goal actually propelled me to pursue an Associate of Science degree while completing high school simultaneously, which allowed me to graduate from Howard earlier than the typical 4 years. So right now I am a senior by credits at Howard, majoring in biology and double minoring in chemistry and psychology, set to graduate this May. I'm continuing to grow my knowledge of how living things function in preparation for medical school residency and my career as a physician. But throughout my life, my parents' hard work and dedication have truly inspired me to impact the lives of others. And I'm delighted to follow in the footsteps of my mother, who is a medical professional, and I hope
Awesome.
and I hope to one day actually volunteer at the UE hospital, to make an impact and a difference in the lives of patients there.
I look forward to you returning and having that impact. But I gather there's an event called the Hues of Blues. I really want to hear about this and how both of you are going to be involved. Don first, and then you, Deborah.
Yeah. Thank you. This is our annual fundraiser. So every year we do a fundraiser to really highlight scholars as well as notable philanthropists and other leaders who've accomplished many things in business and in community, and those are our impact awardees. So this Saturday, September 13th, we're going to be hosting the 7th annual Hues of Blues fundraiser to raise money for Jamaican students attending Howard University. We have 26 scholars who will be receiving their recognition in person at this fabulous poolside reception that we're hosting for them. And we're also thrilled to recognize two very, very special people, the J1 Impact Awardees. And this year we have Mr. Chris Williams, who is the CEO of the Different Group, former chairman of Jamaica Premier League and former CEO of Proven. Chris's reputation, his business accomplishments, his philanthropy are well regarded, well noted, and are exemplary. Similarly, we're also recognizing Arlene Isaacs-Lowe, who is a Jamaican native, actually attended Howard University, very, very successful Fortune 500 executive who now sits on several public company boards. And of course, our scholars. We have 26 of them who are receiving recognition this year. And so this is really set up to be a fabulous evening where we have music, a little bit of food, some drinks, and really invite our sponsors, our donors, those who want to celebrate the success of these students and recognize our impact awardees to join us for this great celebration. So please, if you can buy a ticket, to contribute or just to donate, you can get certainly more information at jhuan.org.
All right. And finally, the final word goes to you, Deborah, someone who is, has that Jamaican connection, searching for that sense of community. What do you say to them about maybe exploring J1?
Yeah, definitely. Join J1 if you can. Apply to the scholarship. Scholarships are super important. It's really those scholarships that add up and really contribute to your academic success, housing, transportation, textbooks, food, all of that. It's so important to really focus on your academics and not have to worry about the financial stress that comes with attending college. And it's very helpful and allows you to graduate with confidence. And I'm so grateful to J1 for this opportunity because they have truly helped me. And rent is not cheap at all. So that's been very helpful as well. Tuition is very expensive as well. So I'm very grateful that I have the opportunity to be part of such an organization that truly wants to invest in our future as Jamaican students. And all my gratitude goes to them.
Thank you very much. Of course, my guest, Don Patrick and Deborah Patrick and Don Christian of J1, the Jamaica Howard University Affinity Network. Deborah is actually the J1 2025 Scholar. We're going to wrap things up after this final break. Stay with us.
everybody, I'm Yendi, and this is Odyssey with Yendi. In this space, we connect with some of your favorite people as they share their journeys. Here we have some unfiltered conversations as we deep dive into their inspirations, motivations, and experiences to inspire our own life journey.
Odyssey with Yendi, brought to you by Grace, singer, and Island.
Oh my God, I gotta tell you guys, it's Monday.
It's Monday.
Dennis, what do you want fertilize my blood pressure? I gotta tell you. Shada Case, this part gonna be on YouTube. Oh my goodness, Dennis, it was great.
Yes.
Yeah,
it's
okay,
good.
and the stream is still up, so
Yes.
you know what, let me just quickly tell you too. Like, I saw my primary school friend in grade 2 in the Bahamas at Bahamar.
Really?
Yes, I
He recognized you?
He did, well, he kind of
probably didn't think you would recognize.
But I walked up and he was a chef, right? One of the chefs. And I was like, excuse me, hi chef, good night. Could I have some more fish, like fingers, right? And when I looked at his face, I'm like, I know you. You went to George Henley Primary School? And he looked at me. I'm like, yeah, I remember your face. Is your last name Taylor? And he literally almost started to cry because he's like, you remember me? I'm like, yeah.
From grade 2.
I'm Khadine Hylton. Yeah, from grade 2. And he's like, your brain is so good, your memory. I'm like, I remember you're my little friend. Yeah, and then you left the school and I didn't know what happened. And
He went
here
to
you are.
Bahamas.
Yeah, so Cade Taylor, who was a chef at Bahamar Resorts, Grand Hyatt.
Wow.
Good morning to you, sir.
Look at that.
Absolutely amazing. I'm going to say it's a good thing. I have manners. Can you see it? I'm like a friend. I'm never, yeah. Because like, hi, chef. Good night. How are you? Yeah, I'm a friend from grade 2. Miss Johnson class.
Miss Johnson?
Yes. I remember.
Right.
Hi, Cade.
Who was my teacher in grade 2? I don't remember.
Yeah, I remember. Miss Johnson was my grade 1 teacher. Miss Johnson was my grade 2 teacher. Miss Winter was my grade 3 teacher. Mrs. Clark was my grade 4 teacher, and Miss Goodall was my grade 5 teacher, and my principal was Mrs. Atkinson.
Oh, yes, I remember now. I wasn't in the public education system until grade 3.
Right, because you're paying $1 million elsewhere.
No! No.
Yeah.
I'll tell you about that. Well, my mother was my first teacher. 'Cause with us, she teach grade 1 and 2 and something there. Yeah, I forgot school. In a grade 1 for about like all 5 years.
Nice, nice. Well, good morning, Mr. Taylor. Good morning, Kate.
Morning, everyone.
Yeah.
Free paper bun.
Yeah, but it's
Bun
a good
up.
look.
Yeah.
It's nice to get the children back out to school so parents can get little rest to man. Them can sleep to man.
Yeah.
Oh my God, get the house a break. Light bill can go down, my fridge can get a break. The food, the snacks can get a break. Oh my God. Yeah, do your homework.
Speaking of snacks, Price Smart, all the supermarket them were full yesterday.
I can imagine.
People are buy up last minute snacks. Yeah.
Nice.
Anyway,
Love it.
that's it for us today.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for joining us. We will see you, God willing, tomorrow.
Nice. Thanks, Coco Bella. Have a great day, guys. Love you.
Statement
Mwah.
pieces.
Early to school, me no have time for late. Sit down in a exam, am I the great? Me no get nothing less than 98. When school open, me never avoid the gate. Kerchief in your toe back pocket and a pen, you a flash it, you dead a flash ratchet. You must no care how mommy woulda feel if you end up in a casket, in a black jacket. Police no ram fi search you, cause you a walk like say you have a kill every matic. We do fi drop it, don't be a drugs addict. You fi aim fi go college, never you fi got it. Pull up your pants and put it on your waist and tuck in your shirt and don't bleach your face. In my days that me a meditate, so me study fi the test, me no procrastinate. Early to school, me no have time for late. Sit down in a exam, am I the great? Me no get nothing less than 98. When school open, me never avoid the gate. School girl listen teacher talk. Who no skirt no fi make so short. Don't break on no mother's heart.
Hawkeye, securing what matters most.
Time by Hawkeye is 8 a.m.
Make we talk now about when you left Jamaica Where did you first go when you set foot out of Jamaica, and how old were you then?
I left when I was 12, turning 13. I went first to Austria, to Salzburg, Austria, and that experience was very crazy for me because, you know, the first time I'm traveling, and it was, you know, in the snow, it was during winter time, so that was very challenging for